These save the world YouTubers gotta stop! Exclamation point. Stop creating this goal of what's good and what's bad. It affects players' freedom of choice and exploration. Just because you do not like something, ya do not gotta propagate it.
So let me get this straight. If my opinion is negative, I can't share it. Well, that's too bad. Please excuse me while I prevent freedom of choice on these low-level scrubs.
Alrighty boys, welcome back once again to another video. How you guys doing? Guys, recently, I'm gonna be honest, I really haven't been feeling like myself, you know. Recently I've really just been like letting comments like get me down for some reason. I'm normally not like that, but I've recently been reading comments and it's really been getting me down. But honestly, after making that intro, I kind of feel like myself again. I'm very like, you know, previously I was like feeling crappy and kind of blah. Now I'm feeling a little, you know, excited and whatever. So I'm really happy to be making this video for you guys today. Guys, today I want to discuss Endgame. I want to discuss the whole aspect of Endgame, what Endgame is and how Endgame works in Fortnite Save the World. Because I've got this question from a few people. You know, I want to talk about it for the sake of people that are at the end game, people that are already at the end of the game and really don't know what to do. And I'm gonna kind of give you guys some suggestions on what you guys can do if you're already at end game, and you know, talk about, you know, for those of you guys that aren't here, basically what you can expect. So what do I personally consider endgame? It's very important to go and lay the ground rules. You know, for any debate, you got to lay the definitions down. You got to make sure everybody knows what you're talking about first. And this obviously isn't a debate, but you know, that's just like how they work. But anyways, yeah, what is my definition of endgame in Fortnite Save the World? My definition of endgame is being at least power level 94 and having completed SSD 6 in Twine Peaks. Now, why do either of those matter? Well, you got to complete up to SSD 6 in Twine Peaks for you to unlock every single location in Twine Peaks. So that's number one. Number two is you got to be power level 94, because if you're power level 94, you are able to do the max level mission, which is a power level 100 4-player mission, which I think those go up to like 113 in terms of the husk level. I'm not entirely sure, but you have to at least be SSD 6 in Twine Peaks and at least power level 94. Now, as you guys can see, I'm power level 97, and as far as my quests go, I think they're in the side quest. You know, I'm on Twine Peaks 7, so I just got up just to number 6, just so I could pretty much unlock everything. Now, that is my definition of endgame, because officially you have unlocked every single location, you have done every single necessity of an SSD, and you can do every single mission in the game that you want, pretty much. And you know, me, I would consider that endgame. If you have access to every single mission in the game, yeah, I'd consider that endgame. Now, what exactly do people do once they reach this point in the game? Now, I've talked to a numerous amount of people about this, about what they do ever since that they've reached endgame. Now, most people that reach endgame that aren't content creators or don't really play the game religiously, they're pretty much going to rely on this tab right here, and this is basically the event tab. And the event tab is basically what we need to keep coming back to the game, because until actual endgame content is added, you know, we can't really do anything, you know what I mean? So the event tab does help. By the way, I figure I should have said this earlier. For those of you guys that don't know what endgame means, it basically means like the end of the game, the most high level stuff that you can do. Like think about like a raid in Destiny, or you know, in an MMO, think about like the highest level missions that you can run in the dungeons and whatever. That's pretty much what endgame is, and that's basically what I'm talking about. Like endgame for Save the World essentially is kind of whatever you make of it, because most people, their endgame experience is literally coming to this quest page right here and just going from quest to quest. Now, as you can see, I'm only on page 2 out of 3 because I got bored with Hexylvania. Haven't really been doing it too much, so I'm not really too worried about it. You know, I have my own definition, my own thing that I do as my little in-game experience. So for a certain group of people, the event tab is pretty much everything that they need for their in-game experience to at least get by while they can still play the game. Now, for other people, in-game may be min-maxing. And if you guys don't know what min-maxing is, it's basically whenever you try to become the most powerful that you can possibly become ever. So basically, you want to go to your heroes tab, you want to get, you know, 130 Skull Ranger, well, not Skull Ranger, but you know, like a 130 Urban Assault, for example, because it's the best class in the game, and then get 130 squad bonus people, and then have maxed out mission defenders and stuff, you know, go to your survivor squads. If you're min-maxing, you're truly going to try to have your survivor squads look perfect, have the perfect mythic leads in there, and, you know, everything matches up, you got all the bonuses. That's essentially min-maxing, and I know that there are people out there that are really like that, because the max level in the game, power level wise, is 125, and we do have a, you know, a good range of people that are power level 125. But you guys know how, like, what percentage of people are power level 125? Let me go and show you a little quick statistic on PS4. Now, the cool thing about PS4 is that you can go into the trophies and you can see how many people own certain trophies. Now, these trophies are taken from people that play Battle Royale too. So it's the Fortnite community as a whole. So imagine the Fortnite Battle Royale kids are standing over there. They're still part of the circle. So if we go here, and we scroll down, and we're going to find it somewhere in here. There you go. Complete Twine Peak Storm Shield Defense 6. 0.1% of people have done that. 0.1% of people have completed Storm Shield Defense 6. So by my definition, pretty much 0.1% of people have gotten to Endgame, but that really doesn't guarantee that they got to power level 94, because some people do it whenever they're really early on. So think about, you know, you got the 0.1% of all Fortnite players that have reached this milestone on PlayStation. Think about those people that have reached 125. So that is something that people do grind for, people do count as an in-game experience. Personally, I don't find it fun at all. You know, I'm power level 97. I'm not even trying to level up at this point. I'm pretty much in a perfect power level. I think, like, what the most optimal for like this mission would be like, what, 113 or something, 115 to kind of keep up with the husks, but that's about it. So I don't really worry about, you know, power level and min-maxing and stuff. You know, in my personal, I'll go ahead and tell you guys mine. My personal experience for in-game, what I like to do is, obviously, I love to greatly invest in the events, and, you know, this is just a repeat event, so I kind of got pretty bored with it. Nothing truly new here to do, so I just kind of stopped midway. But one of the things that I really like to do is I like to head in this little schematics tab and do a little something something. Now, I know a lot of people ask me, why don't I have 130s? Well, 130s are completely worthless. There is no 5-star zone that exists in the game. There's only like 2 missions that can actually take advantage of 130 weapons. I just don't do 130s. But what I do is I actually max out my weapons in terms of the legendary perk up that I get, epic perk up, uncommon, rare, stuff like that. So we got like the Argon Assault Rifle. It's maxed out. That's 1 schematic. We scroll over here. We got the Dragon's Roar. That's 2 schematics. We go down here. We got the Nocturno. That's 3. The Rat King. That's 4. The Rat-a-tat. That's 5. The Vendertech Pulsar. 6. We scroll over here. Vacuum Tube Revolver. 7. Typewriter. 8. Swan. 9. Spyglass is almost 10. Razor Blade is 10. And then we scroll down here and we have the Wraith as 11. I love maxing out schematics. It's something that I find really fun, and maybe in the long term, whenever they actually add like raids and they add dungeons and stuff, I'll be way ahead of my game. I'll have perfect weapons for running true in-game content whenever it gets added to the game, because you guys got to keep in mind, none of this is actual true in-game content, you know what I mean? Like, actual in-game content would be like raids and dungeons and stuff. Basically, I'm just telling you guys what us Twine Peaks players are stuck with currently, and basically how the end game works right now, and basically what you guys can expect. And if you guys are already here, you know pretty much what you're already doing. So that is what keeps me playing personally, is the schematics. But some people play for the collection book. There are some people that'll get rat rod weapons, literally max them out, and then put them in the crystal rat rod weapons, you know what I mean? Just to, you know, make the weapon 4-star and just throw it in here and be like, yes dude, I collected another weapon. And, you know, some people really like that. Personally, not a fan, but other people are. And, you know, other people's stuff is collecting guns, like with the whole, you know, scammer get scammed, and with trading and stuff. You see a lot of weapons, you really want to collect them, you know, outside of the collection book, which is something I've never truly understood. But I mean, I guess some people like to collect weapons, and it just kind of fits their fancy, I guess. You also got some people that like to go to the skills tab, and they like to completely max out on their skill trees and their research tiers. And I'll go and tell you guys from experience. Let me show you guys my daily logins. I've logged in for almost 292 days. Go and give you guys my personal experience. These research tiers, they're not easy to get, okay? I've logged in a lot of days, and these are my research tiers. I mean, I'm just now about to finish up resistance, and then I can finally finish up tech. And I know you guys are gonna flame me in the comments for not doing tech, but still, you know what I mean? This kind of stuff takes a very long time, and some people really like the fact that they can grind out tech and resistance, offense, and you know, all that kind of stuff. So a lot of people really kind of flock to this area right here. As far as the loot tab is concerned, I mean, I guess, you know, I've seen some people actually just buy llamas for the sake of storing up for future content. You know, have a bunch of extra hero XP, survivor XP, and they do it also while they're in the middle of min-maxing and stuff. And then you got those people that will log on every single day. They'll do their daily quests, and me personally, I don't really do daily quests. I don't really, you know, I never buy llamas, so there's really no reason for me to even get the V-Bucks, but I know a lot of people do. But yeah, I mean, there's really not much in terms of the end game as far as Fortnite Save the World is concerned in its current state. It's something that a lot of us that are in Twine Peaks that are really looking forward to, but personally, if you ask me, the end game of Twine Peaks really isn't the most important thing that you can focus on currently. You go over to Plankerton. Plankerton is, you know, just a wonderful zone, but it has the exact same biome as Stonewood. You know, Plankerton is no different than Stonewood. You go over to Canny Valley. The Canny Valley storyline is not even complete. You know what I mean? It's 1/3 of the way done. It's not even 2/3 of the way done yet. So we still need to get that entire storyline finished up. Twine Peaks needs an entire biome, and Twine Peaks needs an entire storyline. You know, it's like some kind of volcanic island area, you know, some tropical place. That's going to take tons of time to work on. You know what I mean? And, you know, as much as I would like dungeons and as much as I would like raids and stuff to be in Twine Peaks and to be in the later areas of the game that, you know, we can just run a mission over and over and over again, get like exclusive loot and be able to get, you know, all this really cool stuff. As much as I would truly like that, I just don't see it coming sometime in the future. You know, the end game currently in Fortnite Save the World really sucks, and most people that are at this point in the game have either already quit or just like temporarily taking a break so that they can come back whenever some actual content comes out. And you know, we have Fortnitemares Part 2 coming on the horizon, and hopefully that's going to introduce Dire and the 6-shooter and a lot of really cool stuff like that. But really, for us in-game players and people that are currently right here, not everybody agrees on the same stuff that they like. You know, most people are already min-maxed and, you know, already got the power level they want, and they're not interested in leveling up their schematics like I am. And that's the main reason I play. You know, I play for YouTube and I play for leveling up schematics. Like, let me see here. What weapon is it? There was one weapon, the Rat-a-tat. I already did a weapon review on the Rat-a-tat that somebody donated to me, but off camera, even though I already recorded the YouTube video, I leveled it up because I like the weapon. You know what I mean? I don't level weapons up for the sole purpose of making a YouTube video on them. I actually genuinely enjoy the weapons, and I genuinely enjoy the grind, but a lot of people don't enjoy that grind. So it's to each their own in the end game for Fortnite Save the World. But, you know, as it currently stands, there is no end game, and basically every single person right now is just waiting on Fortnitemares Part 2. But I figured that, you know, we're kind of in a little drought of content because we're waiting on Fortnitemares Part 2. I thought that I would actually talk about the end game, you know, for those of you guys that aren't there, those of you guys that are here, blah, 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 and just kind of have a little discussion topic. You know, I kind of want to know what you guys are doing in terms of where you're at in Save the World. Even if you're in Plankerton or Stonewood, you know, Canny Valley, doesn't matter. Let me know what your grind is currently. What is your goal currently in the game? Because like I said, with mine, the only goal I really got right now is to max out schematics, and that's about it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. A lot of you guys were giving me video ideas on Twitter, and I will be making some more topic-based videos in the future. But I thought that this would be a little fun video to record. You know, I don't think it's going to get too many views, but, you know, it's really fun to talk about, and I love doing it. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. I greatly do appreciate it. If you guys don't mind, can you just, like, click down on the description down below? I completely redesigned it. It looks a lot cleaner, looks a lot better. You guys can find my socials down there and all my stuff. I'd really appreciate it. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.